Good morning, respected GTO sir and my dear friends. Today, if we talk about the women percentage in Indian Air Force, then it is 13.28%. In Indian Navy, it is 6.7%, and in Indian Army, it is only 3.89%. But recently, our government have approved the sanction of the Permanent Commission of the Women's in Indian Army. But this debate of permanent commission and women's in the combat role is running since decades. And the first time it started in 1972 in your Indira Gandhi's tenure. Then it took 20 long years for inducting the women's in Indian Army, and in the year of 1992, the first time the women's were included in the Army Medical Corps and your Army Education Corps. Later through the JAG entries. Now, if we talk about the Permanent Commission, then it took 50 long years for the government to approve the only 10 branches of Indian Army for the women's to be commissioned as your permanent officers. Now, the reasons which has been provided for not commissioning the women's as a permanent commissioners, then firstly was the motherhood nature, where it has been said that the women's will be having a psychological imbalance and will not be able to perform well in the services because she will also be required for the child care. The another reason was the physical strength. Talking about the arguments which has been provided for not including the women's in the combat role, then the first reason is the prisoner of war. It is the concern for the women's which has been said here. And the reason provided is that the hostile nature of our neighbors. It has also been said that none of our neighboring country, be it or Pakistan or China, is having the women's in the combat role. The another reason which has been provided, it is the physical strength. Here it has been said that the combat elements or the machineries are made on the basis of keeping in mind the man's strength. So the women will not be able to perform better or perform well. The another reason which has been provided was the men's are not yet ready. Now, as a conclusion, I would say that recently we have seen that the squadron leader Minty Agarwal was awarded with the Uttam Seva Medal, and Colonel Madhumita have also awarded with your Sena Medal, which has been they all have shown the bravery. Now, if we talk about the bravery of the women's, then since the year of 18th century, women's as Rani Lakshmi Bai, Kadambini Ganguly, Mother Teresa, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, then your Kalpana Chawla, Kiran Bedi, be it any field, women's have proved that they are giving their perfect shots. Now, if we talk about Indian Army, then in Indian Army, the salutation is not given on the basis of the gender. It has been given on the basis of the ranks and the chair. So, in my opinion, there should be the equal treatment, and women should given the opportunities for testing their caliber, and if they are doing well, they should also get the opportunities for serving in the combat roles. Thank you.
There is no force more powerful than a woman determined to rise because she remembered who she is and the game changed. Good morning everyone. According to today's lecture topic, it is about women in combat role. So, women in combat role means female military personnel who have been deployed in frontliners. Throughout the history, all the combat armies were predominantly formed by males, but we have seen individual women in combat or leadership role also. Rani Lakshmi Bai led her Jhansi army against the British to save the kingdom from annexing through doctrine of lapse. In First and Second World War, many countries used women in combat role also. For example, Russia used all-women combat unit in World War I and also formed a spinner unit and medical staff from female. And the British Army used women in anti-aircraft warfare, and women widely contributed and were occupied in combat assistance roles also. In India, there have been an ongoing debate whether to induct women in combat role or not. Women have been already serving in service and supporting arms and army. Wing Commander Pooja Thakur became the first woman to lead the ceremonial guard of honor at Rashtrapati Bhavan, and all women contingents of Air Force, Army and Navy personnel marched in India's Republic Day parade. Women are also being inducted as fighter pilot in Indian Air Force like Avni Chaturvedi, to name one. Women are doing demining operations, anti-aircraft warfare, combat paramedical operations and artillery warfare. At the time of General Bipin Rawat's tenure as Chief of Army Staff, there came a change, especially with the announcement of inducting women as Jawan in military, police and presently at the time of General Manoj Mukund Narwane as Chief of Army Staff, introduced permanent commission for women. These are very effective steps for women. We sure have seen progress after a recent notification of declaring reservation for women in constabulary and paramilitary forces. They can now able to induct as officers in combat role in all the 5 central armed police forces as published by Union Home Minister. So if we talk in this case further, this shows how far women have come since 1992. They are working with full capacity and creating history. They have successfully inspired a whole generation of young women. But there still are challenges like building administration capability, societal changes, and for that women-centric policies need to be in place. And according to defense expert Captain Anubhav Rathore, that women are ready for combat. What they require is training and administration capability. So in my views, if the cadet is fit mentally as well as physically, they should be given a chance to lead a company of foot soldiers, and irrespective of their gender. Thank you.